Yo, we live on location. Me and the blackest one came on down to the ATL, man. Today we got a good old friend from the STL, shawty, the Lou in the building, courtesy of Darius. He's very happy today.
Yeah, Larry Legend, baby. Yeah.
We got Larry Legend, Mr. Larry Hughes in the building, a.k.a. Bug, a.k.a. one half of the Flight Brothers. Y'all know him. First team All-NBA, lead the league in steals. Bug in the building.
Yes, sir.
You feel it. Salute.
We brothers for life, man, and I just really appreciate you if I ain't never told you that, man. And thank you for coming on our show, bro.
Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Respect.
I feel it.
Presented by Hennessy.
So the first question we asked everybody, who's the first person to bust your ass when you got to the league?
Oh, man, it had to be first person. Had to be GP. Had to be GP.
Uncle Gary.
Yeah, GP and Mad Max came into Philly. And, they let me know what the league was about. Yeah.
What was he? He was posting up and
he was posting up, man. You know,
coming
GP talking trash. He really at that time doing whatever he want to do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, he is the glove.
He's facilitating and all that stuff.
Yeah, he doing it all.
Uncle always going at them young boys.
St. Louis, Missouri, CBC High School. I played against CBC when I was in high school, but it was a whole nother CBC when you was in high school. Like, just speak about them years at CBC when you like became this All-American. You became this in the country because, you know, where we from, small town, there wasn't a lot of guys coming like out there. And then the guys who actually went, like Bonner and them, was way before our time.
I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what I had.
Yeah.
I didn't know that I was good, or I didn't know that I could make it to the league, or I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
It was just
you winging it.
Like you said, being from where we from and just, you know, wanting to be the best player on the floor no matter what's coming, awards or trophies or whatever. You just want to be better than the person standing across from you. And that's just how I built my name. That's how I wanted to build my reputation is, you know, you don't want to see me.
Yeah. Like, seeing the history of St. Louis, was you like me? Like, was you wondering, like, why wasn't more guys coming from St. Louis or coming from our area that was going league? Do you think it was, like, because the environment of our area, once they got the college or something?
It's the environment. It's the environment, man. It's the people that came before us that try to teach us the right thing. It's what we saw growing up, like who you really wanted to follow, who you really wanted to be like. And it wasn't like the guys that was playing basketball.
Yeah.
So a lot of guys, like, they did it because they were just naturally good at it.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have any sort of training or like a place that everybody go to you know, to get together and train. We didn't have that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was just looking at, you know, the guys that are around the way that kind of made it, you know, this far and see if you can make it that far. And turned out, you know, made it to the league.
Was the Eagles when you seen, like, oh, I can play with the other best players that I'm seeing on the streets in Smith and seeing on all these rankings that they got ranked? Was the Eagles, when you start playing AAU ball with the Eagles, that's when you start seeing, like, man, I can hold my own against them because we playing them in tournaments?
Yeah, that's it. Because with the Eagles, you know, you got the best players in the area.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like it is now where you got the best kids is around the country playing on the hometown team. It's like the best kids is like really from, you know, that 30-mile, 40-mile radius from where you're at. So that let me know that I can play. I mean, just getting a chance to go out into, you know, on the road, you know, take these group of guys that we all, you know who we are.
Yeah.
You know, taking our groups to on the East Coast, on the West Coast. I mean, that's how you figure out, you know, where you really belong is you can go from the Midwest, and then you take that to the East Coast knowing that they handling the ball. You take that to the West Coast knowing that they jumping out the gym. So it's like, where do you fit in at?
Yeah.
But yeah, the Eagles, man, that's where I figured it out.
Did you meet Justin, like, with the Eagles or before that?
I met him, we were 15, so he was just coming over to the Eagles. So he was at another high school, he was at Cardinal Ritter High School for his freshman year, and I was at CBC. So we got together our summer of our freshman year, and we've been together ever since. But yeah, we were 15 years old, man. We're 43 now.
I had to have met y'all. Y'all were like 17. I was probably like 15 then, because that's when the Warriors, we were always crossing each other's paths. But that was like him, Mikey Robinson, those were the first McDonald's guys that I was like, I got to see and be up close with, because like that was when I was playing up on the older team. Y'all would play against Mikey them, and I'm like, damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then Butler was cool with y'all, coach. So then we would like see each other just at random times at the tournaments or shootouts, and like that was when I was like, damn, like Larry Hughes, like, you know what I'm saying? Him and Mikey Robinson was as big as it got for me to see up close in person. They was really like about to be in the McDonald's game and do all of this stuff. So it was like, that was crazy.
After winning nationals, you know, nationals is big in the AAU circuit. Take us through like your senior year, because like I know your brother was sick. You was going through stuff with your family in that sense. You win a state title. You go McDonald's, and you know it was just like this whole senior year. It was a lot coming from that national championship. You know, with all that. Just take us through just all the levels of that senior year you was going through, and making the decision to not go anywhere in the country and stay at home in SLU.
Yeah, man, it was that was a catapult for me. Like, again, taking the kids from the area, going all the way to, you know, North Carolina, playing in the nationals, like the AU. Again, we're talking, just having this conversation. It's like back then, you know, it's different.
Right.
But AU was where it was at. I mean, if you could win AAU, if you could place in AAU, I mean, you knew, one, you had a good team, but you had some good players.
Yeah.
So that was really like the catapult for me, is for our team to go out, play in the nationals, you know, win the MVP of that tournament, and I'm still not really thinking that I'm that good.
Yeah.
Like, I know I can play, but I'm not really thinking that I'm that good. But to win that stuff and to start to get your name into the papers and to come back home, and now your name's in more papers, now they're talking about what you did for the city, outside of the city, and you're like, okay, now let's go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just being from home, like anytime you can go shine the light back home, you know, that's what we was looking for.
Yeah.
So that was, you know, leading into my senior year, I knew that we had a chance, one, to win state, because we gave away state our junior year.
I remember that.
So I'm like, okay, we won the nationals, we get to high school, we win state, and all the McDonald's stuff and all that stuff just came.
Yeah.
Like, I had my guys with me, Justin was with me, my guy Marcus. So it was all just, we just hooping. I ain't the big guy in town, I ain't got the big head or none of that. We just kind of going through the motions, man. That stuff just came to me.
When you heard you made McDonald's, because like it ain't a guy that made McDonald's in our area, and I don't know when. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys that went to college, you know, Curlwell and, you know, Lauren and Heidi and all them. But guys ain't made, you know, them steps that we see on TV, McDonald's, USA game, then the big college. When you heard you made the McDonald's game, what was that for you, being from our area?
I can think back now, I was excited, just for the fact we just watched it at UMSL. So I knew about the exactly. I knew about the game, I knew about the NBA, but I wasn't like locked in like that. So just for that game being in the city the year before we actually made, now I knew. Now I'm like, okay, them guys doing it. I think I can play with those guys. I just seen KG in South Carolina. We went to a tournament, so I know he going pro.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, if they can do it, I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to think like, okay, maybe I can do it.
Yeah.
So that's when, you know, the McDonald's game and, you know, the All-Americans, like you're talking about the Street and Smith, that's what, you know, you got something where you can get into them ranks.
Why St. Louis U? Like, why out of, you know, you a McDonald's. You know, it's North Carolina, Duke, Michigan, like the top of the top, Kentucky.
Yep.
And you chose St. Louis U. Like how did that come about?
It's home, man. Like you said, my brother was struggling with some heart ailments, man, and you know, I knew my mom wanted to see me play. I knew that I was a huge like relief, you know, for the family. Whenever I was around, it was like, okay, things are a little bit calmer. Like, when I'm gone, I know things kind of, you know what I'm saying, can get out of hand. So I knew that, I felt that. So I'm like, the city is what I know. I mean, I went to high school 10 minutes away from St. Louis University.
Yeah.
Doing high school, I'm sliding down while they, you know, playing pickup. I'm sliding
play
out of school.
pickup
I'm going down there to West Pine to play pickup. So it's like it was a home environment for me. Like, you know, you want to go where people love you. They're going to take care of you. You're going to make sure that you're straight. And that was home.
Yeah.
You know, that was home. We had a coach that was Derek Thomas, who was my
DT.
coach in high school.
Derek Thomas,
He
DT.
actually ended up on the assistant on the staff at St. Louis University.
Yeah.
So with me, they knew like if I was comfortable, then I would be good.
Yeah.
So that made me comfortable.
Tell us, man, how supportive St. Louis U was in the situation with your brother. You know what I'm saying? I just knew that just from far looking in, just seemed like they were so supportive in the situation that your brother was going through, and I know they knew how much he meant to you and your family.
Oh yeah.
Like, so just tell us how much St. Louis U, like, not only did they commit to you basketball-wise, academic-wise, but they committed to your family as a whole.
Yeah. Now, it was a city, man. Like, it's St. Louis University. I'm from downtown St. Louis.
Yeah.
Like, I'm from 20th and Cass. I'm from Carr Street.
Yeah.
I'm from the village. Like, I'm from St. Louis. So when I go to represent St. Louis University, that's where I'm from.
Yeah.
And they just returned it.
Yeah.
Like, they knew I was one of their own.
Yeah.
So if they didn't do me right, then it probably wouldn't be any other guys go St. Louis University after I went.
Yeah,
So
definitely that's true.
That's it, man. They returned it. Like
Yeah.
they returned it from the AD to the coaching staff. You know, it's I run into people now, man, when I go to games that worked at the hospital where my brother was at. So I mean, they still remember. They still got stories. So that's how tight it was.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a lot of reason why I stayed home, man. Is I knew what sort of environment I was getting myself into.
How long went after you getting there, like when most of us know, like when you went there, you knew, all right, like when I get to school, it's my show.
I didn't know.
You did.
I did know, man. I did know. I knew, and y'all know me. Y'all know I'm.
Laid
Shit,
back,
I be in the room, nobody even know I'm there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So my thing was like, I knew that I worked. I knew that when I stepped on the court, I didn't feel like anybody was better than me. So that's just what I used. Like, and that's how I led. So they were able to like, okay, this freshman came in, he got all this stuff going on, but I didn't carry it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was my advantage too, is not being a big-headed kid. I was just in there ready to work, and I didn't even know about the NBA, about going pro, man. I was in school, going to class, I was going to practice. Like I wasn't like this gonna be one and done. Like I didn't think about it that way. So I was just out there hooping.
Your freshman year, like, I used to be at all the home games because Spoon used to give me all the tickets. I used to take my little dates over there. I ain't had no money, but I had 2 free Billikens tickets, and you was killing, so it made it. That was the hottest thing in the city that you can have is 2 Billikens tickets. Like, but your freshman year, just scoring wise, and just like the stuff you accomplished, hitting the 50-point game, and you know, guys in college don't do that. Like, just how successful you was that year in that conference, and your conference had hitters, because them Charlotte boys was the young them down there. They wasn't playing. Cincinnati was with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be in that conference with them teams, and Cincinnati was a powerhouse around that time with Kenya and them.
Yep.
To have that much success and just that year, when within that year you was like, man, I'm busting everybody ass.
Early.
Yeah.
Early. I mean, I was, 6'4", 175 maybe.
Yeah.
And I was getting to what I needed to get to.
Yeah.
So that's why I figured, like, I'm weighing this, everybody talking about I need to gain weight, I need to do this, but I'm doing this now.
Yeah.
So that's what I use. Like, I'm using my first step, and then if I can get to 2 feet, I can get something.
Oh, yeah, I already know.
So I first step, and then I get to my plant, I can get something. And then I just learn, like, over time, like, the mid-range, the pull-up. College guys, now you can't get all the way to the basket all the time, so you got to shoot a little floater or something. So I just started to learn the game even more just to figure out how to score. Like, not necessarily how to shoot the ball, but how to score the ball.
Yeah.
At what point did it become in that season where, like, because it happened every time, at some point where, like, the scouts start showing up, you start hearing people say, yo, like, at what point did you start hearing the whispers from the, whatever about their draft, or you could be this or you could be that?
It was probably like right before conference play. Like you do the non-conference stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like injured. I had like some issues going on with my wrist.
Yeah, the wrist. Yeah,
Yeah,
the wrist
so I didn't even practice.
I remember that.
I didn't even practice. Spoon was like, I know what you bringing to the table. Like teammates was like, we know what you bringing to the table. So I didn't even practice.
Yeah.
But after we played our non-conference, we getting into the Conference USA games, and we had Cincinnati, we had UAB, we had Tulane.
Yeah.
Like, these teams was like real, back then. So that's when they started, to come, and they wanted to see, obviously what you do against conference play, and it all checked out. The conversation that we had before conference play, and then the conversation we were having during conference play, it all checked out as far as to like what I can actually do, what I can accomplish.
Move that started a movement. One and done. Like guys going one and done like it's crazy right now. You ain't the first to do it, but you're a part of that in the early stage where guys weren't doing that. Guys was given at least 2 to 3 years if they actually went.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how was that to be a guy to go to St. Louis U, one and done it, and then go to the league? Could you believe that when you was like, man, I'm finna really just, after 1 year in SLU, I'm thinking I'm finna 2-3 years.
You already know. you already know. Especially, having a brother that's dealing with, and having a family that's dealing with stuff, like, like you got medical bills.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
you know where you living at. You living there because you got to make sure that you got enough to pay certain bills.
Yeah.
So you can't level up because you know that there's other situations in place.
Yeah.
So for me, I knew like, okay, if I do this, I can change this.
Yes. Yeah.
It wasn't about me. Like, it wasn't about like, going to the league and all this stuff. No, if I can do this, then I can do this. If I can get to the money, then I can take care of my mom. If I can get to the money, then I can make sure we can find whatever the best doctor is, whatever's out there, you got to get to this first. And that's how I was looking at, okay, once I get to this phase, then I try to move on to the next one.
You're a one and done guy, but your one and done is kind of different than what today's one and done kids are kind of doing. It's already set in stone.
Yeah.
That I'm coming here one year now. So just speak about how the one and done back in the 90s has changed to the one and dones now in today's era.
I think you said it. Like, back then I knew I had talent, and your talent is okay, maybe good enough to play with the best players in the league, but we don't know that until you actually get faced with higher level players.
Yeah.
Right.
Back then we played a high school schedule. Yeah, we played guys from we may get a game from team in Chicago or whatnot or Indiana, but we just basically played local.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got
everything.
Yeah, you got guys, they prep school or academies and all this stuff. So they kind of are creating a situation where you're getting a chance to see the good competition before you actually go to college. So I think that's really the main difference is I didn't get a chance to see, higher level competition other than my age. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about going one and done. But now, they get all the top 10, kids, 3 of them on one team and the other 3 on the other team. So you get a chance to figure out, who's going to fall off.
I think, too, a big difference between now and then is, like, back then, he had the choice. Like you, he had the choice to go straight out of high school. Like now, it's some of these dudes that, like, they only going to school because they got to. Like, if it wasn't for the rule, they'd be straight to the league, some of them, you know what I'm saying? So, like, some of them come in, like, I got to do these 6-7 months. They don't even look at it like, you know what I'm saying? They looking at it like, I just got to get through the season, my boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was Ben Simmons who was like, he said, he was being honest. He was like, I didn't go to LSU for school. He was like, I had to do that to get to where I wanted to go. Like, I
first
didn't.
2 semesters.
Yeah, like, I didn't go to school for school. Like, and it's like, it's truly some people out there, like, they could, tweak who the guys are that's doing the judging of the talent and doing the picking. You know what I'm saying? They could tweak that or whatever. But, like, it's still legit dudes that's good enough to go from high school to the pros. And that's not as many as them that they think they are, but it's some of them are out there.
Yeah, no, I think that's it. That's it. The rules.
Yeah.
The rules made it difficult.
That box them in. Yeah. So you had everybody just getting in there like they ain't even vested in school. Yeah. It's like that's why you see all of this transfer portal and all of this stuff. It's just college the wild, wild west now, boy.
I was the one and done and tried to go back in my 40s. And they held it against me. So I can imagine, like, when you going to school, like, if you got a goal, you got something in mind, like, you just got to go all out for it. Because I went to school and didn't finish all the way, but eventually I did want to go back, It just didn't happen until I was 40.
Right.
But they made it difficult.
Yeah.
So you think about like the system and all this, like, did you make the right decision? Did you not make the right decision? I'm like, I made the right decision.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How was your draft process? Did you have to work out for a lot of teams?
Nah, we did. We knew like the range, so it was like between 5 and 8.
Okay.
So I worked out for Dallas, Golden State, Sacramento, and Philly.
Okay.
Y'all really St. Louis homeboys. He ain't work out for nobody. Need like 3-4 teams.
Yeah.
He just met, you know.
Yeah.
Because when you come out the Lou, you one of the best.
Yeah.
First of all, shout out to Jeff Wexler for that. He the one who really did that. You ain't even know what was going on. Knucklehead ass. Like, go ahead, Jeff.
Wex man.
You know what I'm saying?
So when you came out and you heard you finna play with Chuck, like, we all are fans of Chuck, his movement. We watched him, Georgetown. We all love everything about Chuck.
Yeah.
To hear you finna go to the city, just crossed Mike the year before.
Yeah.
Like a lot of hype behind. Like, how was that to see? Like, oh shit, I'm finna go over here with AI at guard. Like, it's on.
Oh, I was ready for that.
Yeah.
Like we like a real similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Obviously, great Hall of Fame basketball player.
Yeah.
But as far as like how he grew up and the things that he's experienced and all that, I can
Just
play with
like-
that guy.
yeah.
I can I can roll with that guy.
Yeah.
So I knew like the person he was. I knew that we could figure it out.
Yeah.
We could figure it out. And we won a lockout. So I got drafted and we couldn't go to the Sixers facility.
Yeah,
We did a
right.
little press conference or whatever, but that was it. So we got together early. But what's funny is that I was still back in St. Louis, working out or whatever, but I sent my mom and my brother to Philadelphia because they were gonna move and live.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the first one to meet them. Like I didn't meet Al until my mom and
After
my brother
they
met
met.
him. Yeah.
Oh,
So they met him in Fridays. And they called me. And it's like, AI is in here. So I figured out, who I needed to call to make sure that they, got over to meet him.
Yeah.
And they actually met him first. So our relationship started even, even before I met him. So once we got together, we started to work out. Or he would play, we would work out.
Yeah.
Because he didn't like train or he didn't like lift
Nah.
or he just played.
He come give you this work.
And I saw that for the first time, man, a little bit after getting drafted. I'm like, damn.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Could you fathom that they was gonna be calling y'all a nickname together, you and AI? Like 1 year ago, you at St. Louis, like just not even thinking about the league, just figuring it out. Then a year later,
connect
you
to
were one of the
AI.
icons of the culture of the whole
Yeah.
league, and you part of a nickname of a duo with him.
It's funny how that stuff work, man. It's funny how that stuff work as far as how teammates get together. Back we played. It was always like, at least one guy that like you was thick with.
Yeah.
Like
right.
that was
Yeah,
your guy.
you
You know what
got
I'm saying? That was your guy.
connected.
And
Yeah.
it just happened for me. It just happened to be
Him.
him.
Right.
Like best players to do it. So when we talk about catching lobs, if I didn't catch lobs, how was I gonna get the ball?
Yeah.
Right.
He knew that.
Do you remember the first time you caught one when he going? Because he only threw one when he went right. But so
Yeah.
do you remember? You remember the first time you caught one, and you went back door and you caught it?
It was practice.
Mm-hmm.
It was practice. So we would practice, that play, the timing of it, and then it just so happened to start happening in the game.
Game.
But we would get that off in practice all the time
Yeah.
because he would practice, but he wouldn't really practice. So he
Practice?
Would go, yeah.
No.
So he'd go in. He wanted to pass the ball more than anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that started, that started early on in practice.
After you in Philly, how did you find out that you going to the Warriors? Like this is early on in
Yeah.
your career. You right in it. You get introduced to the business side of it. How did you find all of that out?
It was happening early on. I mean, I can admit early on I was a knucklehead. Like I was, came from where I was from, and I was hard headed. So the conversations I probably was, as a rookie, nobody's had as many conversations with the GM as I had. With Billy King and Larry Brown, like I had more meetings. Didn't deserve, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have enough stature to have all these meetings and have all these sit downs with these guys, but we were sitting down talking and trying to figure out like what was gonna happen, where I could fit in. I wanted more. They was trying to hold off. So I was introduced to like, okay, the business side of it,
the proceedings.
Real early on how things go. If you're not happy with a situation, they'll find somewhere for you to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
When we had AI on, he told us a story about how, I want to say it was his Rolls Royce or Bentley, one of the two you saw, and you was just like, damn, like, yo. And he was like, go ahead.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know how long you kept it, but like, how did that feel to have, like I say, going back to you just coming in the league, you just figuring things out, then you get with this guy who is who he is, and then he rocking with you like that to the point where like he give you the whip, the what was it, a Rolls?
It was a Rolls. I think it was a Bentley. I think it was a Bentley Azure is what it was. It definitely was a drop top. But this guy, I mean, he was having cars pulled up and signing off for cars like every other month. Like, you know what I mean? Like luxury cars like pulling up. You know what I mean? He had the relationship with the guy, the owner of the car place would come up, he'd sign off on it. So he had a bunch of cars. And you got to remember, I'm just starting out. So when I got out, I got a Navigator. I got a Lincoln Navigator. Like I'm doing something. But get to Philly, and he got, all these cars. And one day I took him, we went to work out. So I was taking him, I was going to drop him off. He's like, just keep the car. I'm like, keep the car. All right, so I kept the car because I was going to pick him up the next day, and then we just going to go to the gym after that. So I kept the car. But I kept the car, and he had no gas in it. So that was the whole thing. It's like he knew he didn't have any gas, and that's why he told me to keep it. And he knew that once I got it, I wouldn't really know how to, figure out what was wrong with it. So I'm riding the car and just driving funny, and I'm like, damn, what's going on? So eventually the car just stopped. It cut off. I was on City Line. I wasn't in the hood. I was on City Line, not too far away from Fridays. So I'm like, damn. I know Mo's number. I got a couple other guys' number. I'm like, should I call him? It's just me. I'm like, should I call him? Because if I call him, I know he's going to be mad. So I'm still 18, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I know he's going to be mad. So I figure out, okay, I got to call him. Ain't nothing else I can do. I tried to start the car. Ain't nothing happening. So I call him, and he, man, going in, what's going on? What do you want? So he calls somebody to come pick him up. They come, to where I'm at. And I could see when they pulling up, like, he was kind of moving his head like he was mad, like what did I do? Like, what did I do to his car? But I'm like, all right, hey, car ain't running. He get out, and he starts smirking. He looking around. Hey, y'all know him. Yeah. Straight clown. So he looking around like, damn, I'm like, my bad, man. I'm like, I pay for it, whatever, what it want. And he looked at somebody, he's like, man, this car ain't got no gas in it. I'm like, but that's him. Him playing tricks and playing jokes on you, and I love the guy. Yeah. I love him.
What made you stay in the dunk contest knowing that you finna get in the dunk contest with Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, and like, did you think you had a chance? Or
I didn't think I had a chance. I didn't even want a chance. So
you just wanted.
It's All-Star weekend.
Yeah. Right.
We didn't have no All-Star. I got drafted. It was a lockout. We didn't have an All-Star.
Yeah.
So All-Star weekend, I've heard all of these stories.
Yeah. I want to be part of it.
Gotta be All-Star weekend. And I'm with the Sixers, so this guy, he has a party with everybody who's everybody, in the industry at All-Star. So I went to have a good time. And I think they put me in the All-Star game because they left me out of the freshman sophomore game.
So they put you in the dunk contest.
So they put me in a dunk contest because they wanted me there because I had some other appearances and stuff that I had to do.
Yeah.
So you know how the league do. If they get you there for one thing, they
had you do everything.
They had you do everything. So no, I wasn't there. That was my first dunk contest ever.
Yeah. Ever in your life.
Ever. And you talk about this, drunk legs, that's what that was.
How was the atmosphere and how amazing was it? Like when you seen Vince's first dunk and Jerry Stackhouse is coming behind him,
it was the warm-ups. Vince was out there dropping the ball in the basket with his elbow in.
Look, that's exactly
in the warm-ups.
That's exactly what he just said. He said because him and T-Mac missed the real warm-ups for y'all to be behind the scenes. They got there late. So he said when he came, he literally just trying to act there. He said, I was trying to jump as high as I could, just do it. He said, I started to do one time, I dropped it through. He said, I'm ready, man.
In the warm-ups, man. In the warm-up line. In the warm-ups, that's when you knew it was over. You knew it was over. Then you get the first dunk. Like, man,
The whole thing
go
was
up there, do a
buzzing.
2-hand, one off vert.
Tell me how to like we could hear it on TV, but how was the building buzzing after that very first one?
I mean, that has to go down. You know, you see all the commercials now. When that dunk go down, everybody jumping with the camcorders and start. I mean, that's history. You know what I'm saying? That's history. That's not going nowhere.
You in Golden State, and this is your opportunity. You looking at it, this is your opportunity to show more of your game. You know, because like it's crazy how we plan and we beat these scores or we beat this type of way, but when we play in the league with the politics and all that, you have to adjust your game to kind of stay in this league or kind of play with the team. They kind of put a label on you. Yep. They forget that you was hitting 50s and 30s and turn you into a defender. Yep. Like, but when you got to Golden State, what was that like? Did you think that was like your opportunity to show more of what you can do?
I did. Really, for me, man, being young and coming into the league and, you know, going through the trade or whatnot and, you know, not knowing if the coach wanted to play you. I knew the coach wanted me there in Philadelphia, but not knowing as you go, if you're not doing something right where they don't want to play you, like you said, the politics of things, and you start to think, like, am I good enough? Like, can I really do it? And then, again, you start thinking about, like, 3, 4, 5 years. They say you're going to be in the league 3, 4, 5 years, and it's over.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to go back. I can't go back.
Yeah.
So all those things creep into your mind, man. Can I do it?
Yeah.
Can I do it? So once I got to Golden State, they was like, we're going to give you the basketball. We got injuries and this and that. We trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Just go out and, you know, do what you know how to do. So that's when I figured out, I can do this. Like, I can do this. It was just, that was a situation that I was in. I understand what was going on. But if you get a chance to you know, to be in a different situation, obviously Golden State wasn't the best, but you know you can play in this league.
You got an opportunity to see a young Gilbert, like, come from not playing. I remember Gilbert had Mookie Blaylock in front of him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we all know how talented Gilbert is and how good Gilbert can be.
Yeah.
To see how Gilbert transitioned to being this guy who's off the bench and he was a late draft pick and all that stuff to, man, they about to give him $100 million. Like, he picked the ball up and ran with it. Tell us about that. He's telling us a story about how he used to always go to the hotel and order food on you.
I took care of GA, man.
Yeah.
I took care of him. When he first got drafted, Eric, the equipment manager, called me and said, you got to talk to this guy. He spent all his money. Already. I mean, this is like fresh. It's like 2 weeks after the draft. And I'm like, I'm on my way. And our relationship started then. He picked me up from the hotel, from the airport, drove me. I got in contact with Gil, and I tried to make sure he was making all the right. I wasn't always making all the right decisions. But the decisions he was making was going to have him out of the league faster. It was going to have me out of the league. So I found him, man, and that relationship was like little brother, big brother.
Yeah.
Like, I made sure that he was, like you said, straight on the road if he needed, you know, to eat on the road. I made sure that
You put everything on your room.
Yeah, he put everything on my room. we would see Farouk in the hotels.
Oh, Lord.
Everything is on me.
Buddy,
you know what I'm saying?
I got something for you.
So everything GA needed.
Everybody in the league knows who, at
Yes.
least my ear knows who the hell Farouk.
Yes, man. All of that, from clothes to food to
that's
all of that stuff, man. I made sure that, you know, that was little brother.
You had another player in Antoine Jameson, a unique player. Like I said, I hate his game, but he's so effective, and I can respect his game because it works.
Yeah.
Like however you put it down, it works. To have a player like him, and y'all played together from not only the Golden State, and y'all kind of transitioned into.
Did y'all get
to
traded
Washington
together there? All three of y'all? How did that happen?
Nope.
Like, you, Gil, and him all was there.
Yeah, I signed as a free agent. Gil also signed as a free agent a couple years later, but Twan was actually in Dallas. I believe Twan came from Dallas.
He came around.
Yeah, Twan came from Dallas. But yeah, it was good. It was like the little guys and growing up. Like the little guys and growing up. What we seen and what we did in Golden State, like we was like losing like 13 games in a row. Like you go a month where you didn't win a game, like that's a bad way to be. And then to get dropped into Washington and just trying to figure out like, okay, you three guys can can run this show and figure out where y'all gonna take us, get to the playoffs, whatever. I mean, we chasing championships. We may not have a chance, but that's how hard we gonna play.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what that was. It was like the little guys, like we grown up, and we wanted to prove that, you know what I'm saying, we could play.
Your offense, I knew you was a bucket getter. Like, college showed you was a bucket getter. I knew you got bucket. But in this league, you transitioned into a defender. Like, how was, I know, like, you know, if people don't recognize you as a defender and you get that notch, it's like, you know, yeah, I'm glad I get respected to that, but then they take away how talented offensively you is. Like, so how was that for you, to be an offensive player and get a notch of where they respecting your defense, but they taking your offense away?
I think that's something that, you know, when you're on a team, like that's something you got to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got to figure out the best way possible to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like playing defense and you know, shutting the other person down or, you know, not letting them score. If that's going to help your team, then that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if somebody throw that ball up and say, okay, these guys, they sitting out tonight. Here you go.
Yeah.
Then you know you got to step up and you got to be ready. You got to be ready to go.
Yeah.
But that's all a part of being on the team. Like I'm on teams where I'm guarding the guy that's 6'8", 230, and I'm on a team guarding the guy that's 5'11", 160.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So those are both my matchups.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, those are my matchups, so it's probably a guy that can score the ball a little bit better than me. You know what I'm saying? We can't get him in foul trouble, and the team going to need him. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what you got to do.
Like he said, coming in as a bucket getter, as an offensive player, how good did it feel to, you know, in that 04-05 season for you to lead the league in steals, be named first team all defense? Like, those is like achievements that we all know is very hard to come by. So how did that feel to you know, to make those achievements as a defensive player?
Big, because I always pride myself on playing defense. Like, you know, even before the accolades or whatnot, it's like, I'm not going to just let you score on me or do whatever you want to do. Right. I mean, let's make the game easy for you. So I'm going to make the game tough for you, and then I'm going to try to score on the other end. But to get rewarded for that stuff, and, you know what I'm saying, my hands are tore up, man.
Your fingers bent.
You know what I'm saying? My hands are beat up.
I have a confession. He broke one of them fingers against us on my jersey. Remember you got your hand caught up in the jersey? Jeff called me after the game like, man, like we can't be hurting each other now.
That was 04-05 season too.
Yeah.
That was a season I probably would have been an all-star.
Yeah.
Dang. I thought you were going to make an all-star team.
And then I broke my thumb. But that's part of defense. Like I use my hands and I got wounds because of, you know, what I enjoy doing. It's like playing defense. So I'm, you know, no regrets.
Anybody that play against him know, like, you go ahead and do the Magic Johnson dribble, he come running up. I'm going to just turn my back. I ain't even dribbling in front of him. I ain't about to get me with the cat quickness. Hell no.
I learned from some good ones, man. I learned from some good ones over the years.
I learned a lot of defensive moves from you, too. One of the defensive moves I learned from you, when the guy is on the wing and he's throwing it in the post, I used to get extra low. As soon as he threw it, I just jumped straight up. I was like, I seen him do it. I was like, man, that work, Ed. Get low. So they be thinking like the angle when in their vision, they be thinking, oh, I don't got to put a little arc on. I can just throw it kind of straight. And I jump extra high, steal it every time.
I'm trying to teach that to my kids these days, man, on how to anticipate that pass.
So when you go to Cleveland give you that 70.
I was about to say for the bag.
You getting that 70, you got a young LeBron, and y'all make this run that people didn't think that y'all was ready to make this run. Y'all make this run through the playoffs. Y'all beat the big bad Pistons. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go through all these teams to win. How was that playoff run for y'all? Like, go through the season. Go through the season of how it kind of clicked. And then when y'all got in the playoffs, it's kind of just ran off.
Yeah, that was that 07 season. I mean, 06 we had the same track. I mean, had to run through Detroit as well, and didn't make it, but we learned. Like, we figured out how hard it is. Like, you watch the videos of Mike, and he talk about getting beat up and, like, what you got to learn the next season. That shit is real. Like, you have to figure out what the other team is doing and what's actually going to push you over the hump. And for us, it was like, we got to stay together.
Yeah.
Like, we have to stay together. We have to figure out how to play as tough a defense as we can, and we got to allow Bron to start to grow into who Bron is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so Mike Brown, he had brought in that San Antonio offense where, you know, they start to lift the big guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that in
Big
turn,
Z.
that in turn would just give Bron more space
to get to
when he's able to get downhill, and obviously make his read passes and his kick passes. But that was the start of that. So that season, we knew that we had to play defense and allow Bron to be who he's supposed to be.
To see Bron, a young Bron back then, so talented, to see him triple-double in all-time numbers. Yeah. Like how is it to see his career now, to see him back then, see how he elevated?
You had to know Bron was going to be great, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not only with the God-given ability, like the talent, like his physical, like how he looks when he walks in the room.
Yeah.
But like his brain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? His brain. Like early on, I can remember taking flights and trips and everything, and he would go and talk to everybody on the team.
Yeah.
All the guys on the team. David Wesley. You know what I'm saying? Just to figure out what
he didn't see.
What it take for him to be successful. Hey, you never gonna be in that 9th, 10th position to do what this guy's telling you, but he wants to know what it takes to make this guy successful. And the 8th man, the 7th man, and so on. And I just knew he'd be successful from that, just using his brain, man, because the NBA, it's physical, but if you can't think, like you won't last.
Yeah, you don't got no IQ on you. You over it.
Like you said, you guys had to allow him that space to grow. So for you guys to get to the moment where you watch him go nuclear on Detroit and like really go into a mode where he couldn't be stopped, like at that point that was the best he had shown. Like what was that like to sit and be a part of that series and watching him take over and just world dominate like that, especially a team like the Pistons, that the way they were built? It
was special. And I had a front row seat. I had tore my plantar fasciitis that series. So I was I could play like some of the games, but at the end of the games I wouldn't make it through.
Right.
So I'm watching. And we like, oh, ain't looking good for us. And we still watching, we still talking, we still coming to the huddle. And he just focused. Him, Drew Gooden, they having conversation. D Good, he having conversation with him. Come on, Bron. And before you know it, like he clicked in and said, I got it. And just watching him, you know what I'm saying, just you can watch the highlights today and just see how locked in he is.
Yeah,
like he walking past people, don't even know who it is. Like he just walking to the sideline to sit down and wait for the timeout to be over so he can go back out and get back to work.
Yeah, boy, went
in Detroit.
In Detroit.
What Drew called him, video game James. Yeah. That's where that came from.
The Bulls. When you got to Chicago, that's one of the closest teams to the crib. How was it, we grew up watching Mike and watching the Bulls. How was it to put a Bulls jersey on?
It was fun, man. It was fun. Obviously, coming out of Cleveland, I was dealing with a lot of stuff coming out of Cleveland. This is my brother passed in 06 and ended up, playing another year in Cleveland, but I couldn't focus there. It was time to move. Being in Chicago, it was closer to home, which was good because I was able to get home on my off days. Yeah. Like I'm saying, man, I was a person, but I was like, going through, the thing of grieving and trying to figure out, you still have fun hooping and playing basketball and, you know what I'm saying, still making, a ton of money. So I was still trying to figure stuff out. But for me, it was good because it was closer to home. Yeah. And people could get up to me, faster than they could anywhere else. Cleveland, you couldn't get to Cleveland. You can get to Cleveland once a day. Yeah. Chicago, you got 8. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got 8 times. But Chicago was fun for me just for the fact that it was close to home and also getting a chance to just play.
Yeah. Let's speak on like the summertime in St. Louis, like the Bonner League and stuff like that, playing against some of the guys that come from Mizzou or Illinois or the guys in the area. What was the Bonner League for you?
That was where you, again, feel like how to fit in, how to figure it out. Like those are older guys, those guys, as they're going to play, they're going to hoop in the gym, and they're going to sit back and go drink a 6-pack, out in the parking lot.
Just because you got a name,
it don't matter.
You can kill in the Bonner League.
It don't matter. It don't matter, especially being, you want to play in that league when you're in high school, because then you get a chance to get the 25, 26-year-olds that are coming back from professional, wherever they're coming from, to figure out, to test you, to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
So for us, man, the Bonner League, we played the Bonner League at Vashon.
Yeah.
Like, these are things, like, you can't get that back. You can't get that back, man. You can't get that back. Like, I'm not sitting here if I don't play in the Bonner League. Yeah. Like, I'm not sitting here if I don't play in the gyms that I played in, you know what I'm saying, growing up. It's just, you just need it.
Talk about coming down to Chicago in the summertime, posting up, and being involved in hoops like we did. Like, we talk about it all the time. Like, those are some of, like how you say you can't get that time back. Those are some of the most classic like hoop times, like, you know, just not just us, but other people that was involved with them. We all talk about it. Like, how was that for you being down there, being a part of that whole, you know, that whole vibe that was going on in TG had flowing?
Being around workers.
For real.
Being around workers, man. Like, iron sharpens iron, you hear that all the time. Like, I was younger, obviously, and hadn't experienced much.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, if you put a list of them guys that came through those doors that you got a chance to, you know, work out with, train with, 5-on-5 with, vibe with, hang out with, like, there's some stories to be told. You know what I'm saying? There's some stories to be told. So all these little pieces along my journey, man, is like the Hoops Gym and TG. I mean, I got a story like before I left high school, well, when I was getting ready to leave high school to figure out the college situation, I went to Chicago to work out with Tim. And they set it up, and, you know, I went through the workout, damn near killed me.
Right.
But I went through the workout, and M walked in, like closer towards the end of the workout, and he just stood there and had a conversation with Grover. Me and Grover had a conversation. He said, I think you need one more year. So that's it. Maybe the comment came from MJ. Maybe it was just Tim's, you know what I'm saying, evaluation. But from hoops, like I didn't fail because I didn't say, all right, I'm not going to college, I'm going straight to the league. You know, a lot of people don't survive when they go straight from the league, you know, from high school.
Right.
So for me, you know, just speaking on the Hoops Gym and what it meant, like it started early on, you know, making me make the right decisions.
Your best friend's son is an all-star.
His godson.
Yeah.
We seen him, a bad little yellow boy that used to be in the gym on the side. We used to throw the little ball so he can play, so we can hoop. So now he got muscles. You know what I'm saying? He on
one of them.
He on tater chip boxes and all that stuff. To see the success and, you know, the times that Jaden brought him to Philly to see your games. He's been in the locker room, the environment that his dad and you done brought him to see him where I'm at now. How proud of him you are?
Oh man, extremely.
Yeah.
Extremely. We know how tough it is. Like we know the distractions that come along with what he is trying to accomplish and what he's already accomplished.
Yeah.
So I'm extremely proud of him, man, just for the fact that he keeps his circle tight. He keeps he takes care of his mom, make sure she's straight.
Yeah.
She got everything she needs. And he represents his hometown. He's always trying to give back. And I think he learned that, you know, he learned that from us. We taught him, you know, taught him well.
Like, his whole movement and swag is definitely from y'all. He moved exactly how y'all used to move, and
one of the most respectful young boys out there.
Yeah, I'm very proud of him just coming from where we are. Another guy that's from our area, which always reminds me of you, is Bradley Beal. Like his game, like the way he plays, he remind me of he getting buckets now, but he remind me of an older you when you used to get buckets. Do you see any similarities?
I think with the size and he goes. Like he's not taking no for an answer.
Your dribble was better than his. His dribble, he got better at the dribble.
And that's it. Like he was a kid that shot the basketball, shot the laces off the basketball.
Yeah.
Could one or two dribble, but couldn't put combos and moves and change the direction together. Yeah. Once he got into the league, he got locked in, he got hurt, he understood what it was gonna take for him to take that jump to make it to the next level, and he put that in his game. You know what I'm saying? Brad wasn't a guy that was gonna bounce that ball too many times.
Yeah, not at all.
So now his next
he can
evolution,
run the point. He can set it up.
Now you got to turn to the defensive side.
Yeah, that's all.
Now you turn to the defensive side, and you know.
And I want to speak one more thing. Like Miss Momma Hughes, you know, I know how much she means to you. You've been around my mom, and I've been around your mom. I know how much Momma Hughes mean to you. How important she was for you to be here to this day doing what you're doing and accomplish what you accomplished. Like, just tell us about, man, the sacrifices Momma Hughes made for not only you, your brother, and, you know, just the family in general. Because every time she see me, she be like, hey, call me, I'm ready.
Oh, yeah. She's family, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's family. You know, raising obviously two boys and all the stuff that she was dealing with my little brother, like she sacrificed a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen her struggle even when she thought I didn't see her struggle.
Yeah. Right.
So for me, I'm never gonna allow, you know, anything in my power to allow her to feel that she has to struggle again.
And
like
she out here by herself.
Everything is everything is for her, because I know, like, if I do wrong, they coming to ask her, what is he doing? What your son doing? Now she got to deal with that.
Yeah.
So that was my whole thing. Always, just growing up is like, okay, how can I not put extra pressure on her?
Mm-hmm.
So now I was able to do that. Now I'm just giving her all the blessings and all the love that I can, you know what I'm saying, just because I wouldn't be here without her. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be here. She gave me this car that she was driving around when I was a junior in high school. Yeah. She didn't have a car.
What she gave to you?
She gave me the car. Yeah. And she was going to figure out how to get her another car.
To get to work.
So, you know what I'm saying? Everything I do it for her.
Straight up.
Dude. So, look, I don't know, like, people don't really know this, but, like, the original tattoo right here, the little and1 man, right? He went and got it later. I was first, though. But now, this man here is responsible for this. I'm a sophomore in high school. Like I say, we used to cross paths with the St. Louis Eagles and all that. We was in St. Louis. We out there playing in a tournament. Big man on campus pull up, him and Justin, him and Big Tat pull up. They fresh out the tattoo spot. Y'all still got the little plastic on your legs up here, but this one was an older tattoo. I'm like, man, that boy got the and1 man with the St. Louis. I say, boom, that's what I'm getting. Yeah. Straight to the crib, and1 man, Chi-Town's finest. You feel me? You started that, then I got it, then you got it.
I got it.
He got it third. All three of us.
And I got it because both of y'all got it.
Exactly. So
I said it on you when you first got it.
Had to make sure, like, I gave that credit and that salute. Because that was the first tattoo I ever got. So I was like, yeah, nah. Because, like I say, it was Boog and Mikey Robinson. Them was the superstars that we, like, could see and touch and, like, yo, like, it's achievable. Like, y'all pull up in the expedition. I'm like, yo, we got to pull up like Cat and Boog. You know what I'm saying? Went home, straight home, got the tat right after that, immediately. Yep. And, look, my oldest son, he had to
follow you.
You know.
Yeah, I done got mine covered up, too. I got a dragon over mine.
I ain't got it covered up yet.
Yeah, I'm Jordan to the death of me, but I just, it's part of the story. So, it just is.
And I end up signing with the brand.
You did. Yeah, you actually signed with and1 and got the look. We was close. We never
Mike
did.
Took us out of that.
Mike pulled us straight up out of there. It was right before we about to have. We down in Jordan. Can I say what's all this?
We left all our and1
We left everything that we had.
We try to get y'all to join the family. Yeah, we try to get y'all.
Them little slides, though, the little fitted slides was nice after the workout. Remember them?
We grew up with the braids, the tattoo. We part of the culture of hip hop and all that. To hear your name in a rap song, you know what I'm saying? I was blessed to be in one of them songs with you, but to hear your name in a rap song and hear rappers saying your name and so forth, how was that?
That's cool, man. That's cool just for the fact that they can relate.
Yeah.
They can relate for what you do, they can relate. So it's something in their field, or something in their verse, or something in their lifestyle that remind you of them. Yeah. So when you can get that and they can, put that out on, to the world, right? And to the world, and that's still coming up. I mean, we still get Beanie anytime I'm doing anything in Philly or talking about anything in Philly. You get the, the Deuce One Ball, from Beanie, all the time. So that's locked in.
Yeah. Hold up, bro. He leveled up though. He took it a step further than just getting mentioned. He was the video work.
Yeah.
He was in the video.
The video work. That boy bulk. He bulk. He the video work. What? Nah.
Hey, man, when I saw that man standing next to the building, I said, whoa, that's
I made a cameo, man. I made an appearance, man.
The video, man. He was the video babe, man. Look, man, he was in there.
I forgot all about
you
that.
forgot about that, bro? Come on, man. Boogie, that smooth as he is. L-Boog in the video, bro.
I did it. I did it.
Yes, sir.
I did it.
Let's talk about the academy, this Larry Hughes Academy. I hate that, like, when we was younger, we didn't have the OGs to kind of put us in to been doing stuff like that. And, the stuff that we do now, the work we do now from the high school game store, the academy, all the stuff that we do more and more. We was doing stuff, but we weren't doing it at the degree that we were doing it now. The academy, like that's big for St. Louis. Like, what do that mean for you? How proud are you of the academy and, like, where it's going, and just to have it back at the crib knowing what kids like us go through?
Man, I'm very, proud of it. because I know the hard work and, the amount of hours and the dollars that are spent to try to make, an experience that the young people can remember. And something that they'll use to, if they don't play basketball, they're a doctor, they're a lawyer, they play baseball, they play soccer. Like, we teaching obviously fundamental basketball, but we want to talk to you about who you are as a person, or what do you think is a good person, or when you see somebody that does something good for you or bad for you, how do you identify with what that person did? Because I'm like, that's going to take you further than this ball bouncing. Like, if you cannot start to identify who you are as a person, you can live longer, you can live happier, just knowing, who you are. So basketball is just that tool, just that vehicle.
And you got a couple of facilities now. You started with one and you're up to just 2 or just 3?
Yeah, so we're actually expanding the brand. In St. Louis, we'll have 4 locations. We got 2 that's open right now. And then we're actually working with, people across the country to do basketball academies. Like, those that want to get involved.
No, you came to Orlando.
Oh, yeah.
Before all of this started, I was close, Orlando. But then, everything,
No, but it's a good operation. Yeah. It's a good operation. I've been working it, so I've kind of figured out, what makes the most sense. We talk about space and, square footage and all of that, like all the business stuff that goes along with it. Like, you got to do that. But the main part is for the kids. Like, it's for the kids. Like, if I do good business, putting something in place, then they can enjoy it forever. Like, if I do bad business, they probably enjoy it for 3-5 years, and it's gone. So I'm trying to do good business, put good places in, good facilities in place, and have them, enjoy their life.
They legalized Illinois and Missouri, and like Al has Viola. How was it what made you come to the decision like you want to partner up with him and create Viola dispensaries in Missouri and get in that part of a business?
Well, that's black business. That's black excellence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's when we can find an industry that we can thrive in, and we get together and we do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's really what it was about. I've been watching Al do his thing for a number of years.
Yeah,
and that's not necessarily my industry, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't know the ins and outs of the business, but he do.
Yeah.
So anything that he knows, I feel like, that he needs faces, he needs people to step up, and that's what I'm here for. So it was more so of starting a trend, like getting guys that look like us, that feel the same way as us.
Do good business.
Do good business together.
Yeah.
Do good business. So that's really what it is, man. It's an opportunity to introduce, the holistic approach to wellness. The overall, not just going to the hospital. There's just different ways of healing yourself and providing things that of comfort for you. Yeah. So I'm with that, and I support that.
Some people just think about when you say the cannabis industry, it's all about a blunt or it's all about a different way to smoke, but it's edibles, it's different like stuff that you take that's better than that. You know what I'm saying? It's pain medicine. It helps you like cope with some of the pain and stuff like that. It's not all about just rolling the blunt.
Nah, man, it's a lifestyle.
It's
a lifestyle. I mean, people go through their day like struggling.
Yeah.
Like people go through their day struggling.
Yeah.
With different things that are introduced. I mean, you never know how that can support you.
Yeah.
So I look at it as a positive.
So you just got to watch your son, Junior, Larry Hughes Jr., do something that you and Big Tech got to achieve. Like, how did that feel watching your son go on his basketball journey, and now he get to come and win a state championship at your alma mater, same high school, playing for your best
both
friend.
Both of y'all names in there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, both of y'all in the history books at that forever. Like, how did that feel?
It's special, man, because it's his ride. Like, it's his journey. I make sure that I let him know, to cherish the journey. But it's his ride, like all the hours that he wakes up and, gets to the gym, the stuff that he puts his body through, the treatment that he has to do, like that's all a part of like your journey, like where you're trying to go. So for me, you get a chance to win your last high school basketball game.
Yeah.
And that's really what I was stressing to him the whole time. Like, yes, you get your name on that banner, but nobody can take that away from you.
Yep.
When you talk about basketball and especially in St. Louis, but when you get to St. Louis, like what high school you go to?
Yeah.
Well, you go into high school, you want a state title. That's like even more,
right?
Icing on the cake.
And how dope is it to see, the relationship that, like obviously you and Justin, how you guys grew up to see Jayson, although he's in the NBA, like how when he comes home, little Larry attached to him at the hip, and they go work out, and how their relationship, how good does that feel to see that just has its own natural course and they locked in the way they are?
It's good, man. Like it's good. Like, you know, I got my daughter's 23, so they're right at the same age. So they've grown up together.
Yeah.
They've grown up together. So they've reaching and going different paths in their life. And this guy's on the, you know, one of the faces of the NBA.
Yeah.
So that's huge, especially for my son growing up. Like he wants to aspire to be one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
So to see a guy that come from where he's from, you know, the same
family.
Yeah, same tutelage, the same conversation that, you know, we had with Lil J, we had with my son. The same conversations Ted had with Lil J, he having them with my son. All of them.
Yeah. Right.
All of them. The good ones and the bad ones.
Yeah.
You know
now Jay himself get to have some conversations with him and pour into him. So yeah.
How is it to see in the circuit of St. Louis high school basketball to see your guys, most of your friends, head coaches at different schools playing against each other?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't see that. We didn't see nothing like that. That was far from it. But to see them be head coaches, having success at these schools, and, you know, doing a hell of a job. Like,
I'm dealing with kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with kids on the daily. I'm trying to get the kids to, you know, do the right thing, to, you know, to be respectful and all those things that's gonna make them successful in life.
Yeah.
So when you're a high school coach, you know, especially in St. you're in the school system.
Yeah, you're in the school system.
So you're doing something right. Like you sacrifice whatever it is to, you know, to give back to these 15 guys. Even a lot of these guys don't necessarily like to be in the school system, but they're in the school system. Meaning they got a class, or they, you know, they got to do something where they are with other students other than their basketball kids. Mm-hmm. So I commend them guys, man. Yeah. You know, to make that commitment to be in the school system and knowing how tough the school system is, because you want to give back, you know, in the basketball space. I mean, that's huge for those guys.
Who's some of the guys that you grew up watching? You know, whether it was they from St. Louis, whether it was in the NBA, that you kind of pad in your game, and you looked and you took a little piece from here and a piece there.
Yeah.
Who's some of the guys that you grew up watching?
I think growing up we had Penny.
Yeah.
You know, we had Penny. Penny was like my favorite guy until we played him in the playoffs when he was in Orlando. Yeah. And then I just didn't know who Penny was. Yeah. But growing up, man, Penny was the guy, obviously in Memphis and that Conference USA stuff, but he was one of the guys, I mean, probably the main guy for me, you know, that I would start to take things away. And then anybody that was, you know, my size, you know, same sort of, you know, body type. Yeah. Lawrence Moten was a guy. Kerry Kittles was another guy. Like these guys these guys that were, you know, kind of built like me, you know, because I can always point to, like, if he did it, then I can do it. Yeah. Like, you saying this about me, but he did it. He already did it. Yeah. So those were the guys that, you know what I'm saying, that I kind of paid attention to more.
I like to ask this question. Obviously, you know, you talked about you took care of Mom Dukes and the family, this, that, and the third. But, you know, me and this guy kind of know. So, you know, I want to know what Boog, well, for everybody else, they want to know, like, what did Boog do when he got that bag? Like, you know, like you said, we all did some stuff that we probably, you know, wouldn't do at this point, but it felt damn good at the time.
Yeah. The homie trips, man.
Yeah.
The homeboy trips.
Yeah.
There's 6 of us, right? So
yeah, that's bad.
We got 6 flights. We got 6 hotel rooms.
Yeah, everybody gotta get their own room.
So that's what that's where I spent the bag at. Yeah. Like, if I'm gonna experience it, we all gonna experience it. Yeah. You know, and then later on, obviously, as we got enough experiences, then I was able to dial it back a little bit. You know? Maybe 2 might go, 3 might go. Yeah. But early on, man, everybody's there.
I gotta personally take a time out to thank my man, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta participate in this thank you because you didn't reap the benefits. Take you back to, you know, after we just got drafted, we at Zoe's Summer Groove. We done stayed a whole week at Alonzo Mourner's house. We kicking it. He crashed the jet ski. Zoe didn't make us pay. You know, Zoe big pockets. He didn't make us pay. He just took it. I know he was pissed.
I didn't crash the jet ski.
He didn't crash it. He went over some stuff and he damaged it. He went over some shipwreck and he damaged it trying to be a stunt, whatever. But so Fast forward, we was there the whole week doing the camps and everything. You know, y'all big shots didn't come into the weekend for the festivities. So he messed around and caught the chicken pox from one of the kids at the doggone camps. This is the best ever. He caught the chicken pox. He was there all the way up until the action truly started. We did get to go out with TWD though, like on a Tuesday or something. First day, we went out with Trick Day. We saw him at the little comedy club.
I just seen him.
Yep.
The day before we all supposed to go out and all that, and then I just got sick.
He gets sick. So me and Rio still showed up.
You happy?
Bug got us like this. Listen, yes, I'm happy. If you want to, hell
Tat
yeah.
was there,
This is
all
my
the
first
smoke
time.
was there.
Listen, world, the first time I'm ever about to experience some NBA-ish and go out with some big shot dudes. My man Bug pull us in the limo with none other than AI. Yeah. Oh shit, it's over right there. That was it for me. But not only did remember AI went. I had the little bull. I had like a diamond cut. And we hadn't got our NBA starter package yet. We still had a little college and high school stuff. Hey, y'all looked at me. He looked at my chain. He like, hit his homeboy and said, man, go get my number 3. Buddy come back down with the big boy diamond number 3. He take my number 3 off and put that one on. I'm God now. I'm floating. I'm floating. I'm floating everywhere. I'm like, look. You can't tell me nothing. Get back to the room after the night. I'm like, boy, we bust in on him. He don't want to hear nothing. He in there getting oatmeal baths and stuff, whatever they was giving you on your skin. He was so mad.
That was paying it forward, man. You know, the year before that, it was Antoine and Juwan. Took care of us.
Right. Same way.
Yep.
And that was like, you remember like that was like Zoe's Summer Groove was like an all-star game. Like that's what I couldn't believe. Like when we got there, you remember when we was sitting at the bar hanging out, it was like Twan Walker, Bob Sir, Iverson. It was just like, I'm sitting here like it's the fucking All-Stars right here.
Definitely early on.
That was Vince. Yeah. Vince was there right after the dunk contest. It was like, this is like the who's who. Pat Ewing, GP. It was like, dude, this is the craziest thing ever. And it was like, you know, we was in break school. We was the young boys. Y'all go out there and do it. I'm like, whatever, man. Like, that was Zoe Summer Groove was legendary, bro. There ain't nothing like that going on in the league or nowhere now. Like everything was ultra first class. Like it was super. It was fun. That was like people look forward to that. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, most definitely. Yep. Start bench cut. Start bench trade.
Start bench trade. Okay.
AI.
You gonna put AI in it?
D Wade. Ray Allen.
Oh.
Start bench trade.
I gotta start AI. I gotta bench D Wade.
You said it in the order.
Yeah, I gotta bench D Wade. I gotta trade Ray Allen.
You gotta trade Ray Allen. Okay. That was
even though I was wearing number 20 because of Ray Allen too in the league.
Yeah. The movement in St. Louis, like I say, it was guys in St. Louis, like Bonner and JoJo English, them guys that was way, way before our time. You was like the guy that kind of started the movement of like guys coming out or guys coming from there, guys going to big colleges. Like, and I hate kind of saying that because Kerwin went to Duke, and Lauren went to Wake Forest, and Jahadi went to Georgetown. But like after that, it started being a nice little rush. Now instead of we getting one, then 3 years later we get another one. Then 3 years later we get another one. Now it's like, oh, we got 2 going. Oh, we got one going this place, one going this place. How is that to see where the St. Louis basketball is now, from the time where you was coming out of high school going to college?
I think now they like if you're projected to be a pro. Yeah. Like I don't know if Lauren was projected to be a pro. I don't know if Heidi was projected to be a pro. You know what I'm saying? But they were going to the top name schools. Yeah. But I don't think that was you know what I'm saying, the energy around them at the time. Yeah. So I think, and then obviously me coming along, there's a little bit more exposure. You know, year after year, a little bit more exposure happening. You get more write-ups and whatnot. I think it was just an evolution of the time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Evolution of the time. Now you got social media. Yeah. So nobody's unfound. Yeah. Right? Nobody's unfound. Anybody in our city right now, they can get out to the world.
Yeah, anybody anywhere.
Because you got to realize, like coming from where we came from, you didn't have guys going to Kansas, Duke, North Carolina. Mm-hmm. Like that wasn't no regular thing, or Kentucky, or all these different places, and now that you see this all the time coming out of St. Louis.
Hey, listen, you say and look at me like that, St. Louis, but he was the reason that I knew I could go to DePaul. 100%.
Yeah.
1,000,000%. I watched him do it. He went to a team that was basically like DePaul, was terrible before he got there, and he went in there and turned that thing upside down. And look, when I left, and like I say, we was parallel. Like I saw him. I was able to see and touch him. And like when I'm with Butler, with AU, with my coach, I'm like, he was a reference. When we meet D Gates and C-Dale, we talk about going to Marquette or whatever, we like, no, we could do this right here in the Conference USA. Boog just did it. Yeah, and my thinking at the time, like, I ain't staying nowhere longer than one. Yeah, like, especially after I had got further with about some proteins over AAU, like at the NBA and Nike camp, I was like, nah, I'm one and done. I didn't account for I was going to get there and have that much fun and be like feeling like the city is mine and want to stay. But like, I did what Boog did. I'm like, I'm about to go here, tear it up, and I'll be able to make my choice at the end of the year and go if I want to. And I was, at the end of the year, I could have won if I wanted to, just like he did. I probably wouldn't have won as high as you right then that year, but like I could have dipped.
Yeah, it can be done. Like,
he showed
somebody got to show you.
He was the example, like, bro. He didn't go to a school that was about to be top 10. He went to a school in a conference where they was going to have to see him. Yeah. And he was going to have his chance to prove. And then the other point with my coach, Pat Kennedy, I knew that he was booking in. He said, if you come, we going to get these games. Yeah. Like, we already in Conference USA, but once I signed and we had the #1 recruiting class, we had Duke, Kansas. Yeah. We played all of these teams. We had home and aways. We played them. Yeah. So it was like, the scouts just coming to see whomever they got. They coming to see Eldon, Shane, them. That game United Center we played my freshman year was the biggest college game, like attendance wise, in the history of the state. Period. At the United Center, sold out, standing room only. We got our ass beat, but and I was out. Hey, listen, I was with it. Go look at it. I was tit for tat for about the first 14 points, and then the bottom dropped out of that thing. I was going, but I'm telling you, I was turned up.
Charlie Spoonhour was the first coach to ever come to a game and say he was coming to see me my sophomore year. Like, how was it playing for Charlie Spoonhour?
That was my guy.
The great.
Yeah, that was my guy, man. Spoon, he was the, little country dude, you know what I'm saying, Southeast, but he was just like, he had a little story for everything you was feeling or you was going through, or he gave you something about a bull, or he gave you something about an ugly kid, or he always gave you something that like made you think about, you know what I'm saying, what he said instead of what you actually going through. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If it was, he always talked about the Doyle, this little kid named Doyle. When he do these talks, a kid was an ugly kid for years and years and years, and he would apologize for calling this kid ugly. And then one day he popped up in a conference where Coach was doing the speech, and he called the kid ugly to his face. But it's like them little stories is like, Spoon ain't all that bad, man. He's a little short white dude, but he ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying?
Hilarious.
I used to like Spoon. Spoon first coach came see me, told me like, nah, I came over here to specifically see you, and he. Like man, he used to always give me tickets to the game, let me park in the coach's lane.
Those was days,
I used to feel like I was playing.
It was like the AAU coaches had those relationships with some of the college coaches. Like that was how I got to know. Like we went to Crider camp when we was in 8th grade. That was at Cincinnati. We went. That's when I first met Coach Larry Harrison and Bob Huggins. That was why I ended up going to DePaul because Larry Harrison, I had known him since 8th grade. And then it was like he was following our AAU team the whole time. So it was like he knew who was who, and he was recruiting all of us. So he was heavy on the trail. He had like an end before he even knew it was an end.
That's how it go. That's how it go. Them relationships. Like Spoon being who he was and being from Southeast, like he was straight country guy that mixed right in.
Yeah. From all the teams that you done played with, if you could pick 4 guys that you would pick a team with to play with, out of every team you played your whole career, who would be them 4 guys you would pick?
We do a position. We got Big Z at the 5.
Mm-hmm. Jonas.
We got Bron at the 4.
Bron at 4.
We got Al at the 1. Chuck at the 1.
Okay.
And the 3, I'm gonna throw my man Stack Jack in there.
What? Golden State. No, Charlotte. Y'all played against Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte.
He was in Charlotte.
Yeah,
I played the year with Charlotte.
Charlotte. That's my three right there. That's my three-man right there.
Oh yeah, that'll be a crazy, crazy five right there. Brian can keep y'all in control, man.
Yeah, that's it.
This ain't for you, Q. You know, us defenders, like today's era of like how they take the defense away. Like how hard do you think it is for a defender to actually really play D in this era?
Extremely.
Yeah.
Extremely. I mean, extremely. You got guys, they're outliers. You got guys like a Thibault, like, who gonna make multiple efforts, like just like because that's what he does, and he's a young guy in the league. But it's hard to run around and chase guys around for 10 years. At some point in time, you got to hit somebody. You got to stop somebody from running.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you got to do. So they making the game like, a younger game. But yeah, man, that's
a scoring game.
Yeah, you can't play defense.
Yeah.
You can't play defense. Just shoot the three and get the layups.
Yeah. You got a question? We off defense now.
That's how you do you. That's how you do you, man.
we know he wasn't a defender, so he wasn't. It sounded like we blah blah blah, to him.
That's how you do you, man.
The real ones know. I'm not gonna get caught up in his shenanigans.
How was it when you played with MJ? Because I know he's the rock stars of all rock stars. Like, how was that playing with Mike? Somebody we look up to like that.
I don't use these words too often, but it was like one of them dreams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One of them dreams that come true. Like, because I had a relationship or knew of him before I actually got a chance to play with him, that's the best thing you can ask for. I came right in when he was leaving.
Mm-hmm.
We were going through the draft process when he was playing his last series against Utah.
Mm-hmm. So
I seen all of that. So then to get a chance, years later to go play with him. That's all of the comments of, how hard he was on, players and what, I enjoyed all that because I just wanted to be around and see what everybody was talking about, how hard he is on teammates and how hard he worked. Like, he really, MJ is really, that's why he is who he is.
Yeah, he obsessed with it.
That's why he is. That's why he is.
Killer,
like at any point, because you got to see him like every day, all that at this point. Did the glow ever not be there?
Never. Never, man. Listen, man. Listen, man.
I like you see him every day, and every day coming, he still got the Leroy. Like, cause that's how I still feel to this day. Like, every time you see him, it's like,
he got that glow.
So my seat was down, and he was, probably about 3-4 seats down, and I watch him every day.
Every time he walk through,
he walk in, and I know how he grabbed his stuff to put it on top.
Damn right.
I got all of that. So that's the stuff that I was actually watching, like him being on the court, and we talking about the age and all that stuff, but like his whole mystique and how he carried himself, and the time when he went out to the court, and the time he went to the training room. You know what I'm saying? How he was able to, he was standing at the Ritz and with nobody see him because it's like he had a deal to get down to his car and get right to the arena. Like, he basically never touched the street. He just would go from the hope and end up at the arena, man.
Hey.
Yeah. So that was my experience playing with him. I was looking for all the other things.
How was it? That was the last year, right before he retired.
Yep.
So I've heard stories about the last however many games, how everybody was just poaching, trying to ask him for different stuff, get stuff signed. Like, did you get anything, and how was it to just witness how that went down? Because I heard people was trying to get they warm-up signed, they just anything, when they knew it was coming down to the last couple of days and everything.
I'm in. My grandmother came up. My mom came up. They all got pictures. They all got signed pictures. Everything. We are in. I got I got about 10 or so jerseys at the house of just different players. I ain't got your jersey up.
I got
my guy.
I got you.
I got about 10 jerseys up, man, and MJ's up there. Obviously, D, you up there, but that's what I got signed from MJ, and that's at my house. Yeah.
If you want to be on the Wall of Fame with us, send us one.
Us?
Yeah.
Send him one.
Oh, okay.
I just, first of all, let me tell you how, I don't even got none of my own Clippers jerseys. You know who had them? And it ain't because of him.
Wow.
It's because Momma Miles.
Yeah.
Momma Miles had 4 of my joints. And all the other ones. Nick jersey, he like, man, G, I just found like 6 or 7 of your jerseys. I'm like, That's Mama Miles having
Right.
them jerseys.
You
Well,
gonna
like
tell
he
Mama
got
Miles,
white
no?
on. I'm talking about the label like 02, 03. She got the years, all of them.
You're not telling her no.
Yeah,
She
you
asked
already
for a
know.
jersey. You got the jersey.
Now, like I was about to say, it's been dope.
Yes, sir.
We got some dope sponsors. We got you know what I'm saying?
Hold on, okay, All right,
It's
my
too
head's
late.
up.
We already in the vibe. It's the Hennessy VSOP with them people on the back. Ooh,
Okay.
They got the blackest one next to the
Okay,
boy. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
They got me and my oldest son right there, man. We appreciate you, man,
Yes, sir.
pulling up on us,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir.
Long ass arms
Yes, sir.
coming across the table.
Yes,
That's
sir.
it, man. Live on
The Lou in the
location. We
building.
got we got St. Louis.
Lou
We
in
got
the
St.
building.
Louis
Yes,
in the
sir.
building.
No, the
You
Lou
heard
in
me.
the
You heard
building.
me. We got St. Louis in the building. Larry Hughes, one of the
Legend.
best
Larry
to ever
Legend.
do it.
Indeed.
Larry Legend.
Indeed. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all boys, man.